What? I understand I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Lloyd Jones with Midnight Comics with a brand new episode of Indie Versus, particularly the Breakdown, where we dive in and talk about indie comic book characters, what they can and can't do, and who would win in Indie Versus match. So I'm going to leave it open to the creator of Gehenna Imperium. Go ahead and introduce yourself here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jaye Wynn, and yes, I am the writer, creator of Gehenna Imperium, which means hell power. Okay, so on the cover, we have Zillah, who is our main feminine protagonist, I guess you could say. I wouldn't call her a hero because she is out for revenge. So what happened is she is fatally wounded in her real life, and then she wakes up in Gehenna, or this purgatory subworld, and she finds herself dumped in the middle of a 1,000-year competition. So now she has to compete to win her chance to win resurrection back to her original world.
Okay. So, question then. And this is more, I said her name wrong, by the way. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But so if she comes back, and I don't know if this is spoilery territory, but if she comes back, is she gonna pop back up where she died at?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I was just wondering, like, if it was like a time dilation thing where it's just like, hey, I should have died here, but I'm back, right? And that's okay.
Yeah. No, she's not gonna pop up back in the same spot, like where the villains are still surrounded her. No.
Okay. So now I want to know then, what all can she do? Like, we got to see her fighting style, which the pronunciation, is it Tekken?
Tekken.
Okay.
Yes. So Tekken is a legit Korean martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically bare feet and hand martial art.
Okay.
So it dates back in Korea. It dates back actually before Taekwondo. Taekwondo was commercialized after the Japanese occupation. So Tekken predates all of that. So it is like, that's why I get ruling hand from, because it came from the times of kings and when they had the ruling of kings, not presidents. Okay. So that's where ruling hand came from.
I like it. Okay. So, all right. So now I want to know, how long, I guess, has she been a practitioner of it? And now that she's essentially in a hellscape, is there any kind of, no, I'll start with that. How long has she been a practitioner of this technique?
I will give her 5 years.
5 years? Okay.
Yeah. Because this was hardcore training. So I'll say 5 years. Okay.
And I'm assuming this wasn't someplace she went to around the corner, and train.
Right.
Like, she actually went to like the starting points of this technique and this. Got you. Okay.
Right.
So we got to see her fight against a demon in that first issue, where she just was able to, although she couldn't see him, was able to focus and be able to still sense him and stuff like that. So does she almost heightened senses as a result of her training, or is this a result of where she is?
No, This is a heightened senses of her training, because you get trained in all your senses. It's just like what Zen and I think Kung Fu does that, where you get a lot of feel of what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not all just, well, like you said, it's not the commercialized version of a martial art. She actually got the essence of what, I guess, true martial arts is, what it's supposed to be. Gotcha.
Correct.
So I guess tell me this then, in regards to where she is now. Obviously this isn't her original physical body, right? So does she have well, I guess that would be a question of itself. Is she still just as durable as she was when she was alive, or is there a difference now that she's not in the physical realm of the, or is this?
Yes and no.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, yes and no. She does have intact what she went there with, but as the story progresses, she learns that she is actually absorbing other people's or other villains, or however you want to call it, other competitors, people who, because the point of the tournament is that you have to actually kill someone. You have to kill something to stay relevant. So, and not just defense, she has to go out and actually kill someone to stay relevant and not fade away. So, and in that process, she does slightly absorb like their powers.
Mm-hmm.
Now she manifests it any way she wants to, but she does take in what she's gotten from them.
Okay. So as she, oh wow. Okay. I'm getting some Shang Tsung vibes from that. That's what I'm thinking about. No, that's cool. So okay, so she has the potential to just continue just. I mean, obviously already she, most of us ain't working out heavy and stuff like that. So she's already stronger than the average person you see walking down the street. But now on top of that, she has the ability to further enhance that based on whoever she manages to take out. But man, that's gonna suck because I guess that starts turning into she's gonna start losing herself if she goes down that route of killing folks, or she doesn't really mind all that much.
I don't think she minds all of that. I think she still remains very focused on what her goal is.
Okay.
Now, and that's why in this world, actually, everybody has like a secondary or a third power because they've absorbed it and they've adjusted it to themselves. So she's going to pick up another power, and all the characters that she collects along the way, they have secondary and third powers.
Okay. And so I guess at this point in the 3 issues that we've seen, sake of conversation, if she gets shot at this point, would she still be hurt by it?
She would be hurt.
Okay.
She could still be hurt, but of course she won't die.
Right.
She's basically going to have to be like decapitated or something, like severely maimed. And in Gehenna, that's when you die in Gehenna, that is when you actually go into the abyss or the actual hell.
Ooh, so this is like the first ring almost.
Exactly.
First run of it. Got you. Okay.
Right. It's like the in-between world. Yeah.
Okay. So this is almost a different type of play on a almost purgatory type.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Oh goodness. I don't want to get into spoiler stuff, right? So I'm trying to make sure to tailor accordingly. Okay. Because I want to know how powerful I guess her strikes are at this point. Because of course, this is the indie versus matchup. So the character that you had that we got you pitted up against, to tell you a little bit more about them, because I'm going to ask you about a scenario soon. But it's the character from the stories Aratha and Firebird. The story is made by Kente Comics, and she has a character named Agent Eris. And so in the story, she works for this. They're from outer space. It's like this interdimensional kind of task force that's kind of fighting off against these enemies or whatever. And so she has these abilities that isn't going to be relevant in this battle because when she has a kid, her powers go dormant for 6 months. And so the latest portion in the story, I like to take the canon of the stories and be like, hey, this is the point that it's happening, right? And so she doesn't have any abilities, but she's still like I guess a seasoned special forces agent, if you would.
Right.
So with that,
so even dormant, she still has skills though.
She still has skills. Yeah. So it would be like, hey, I went from having abilities like, just throw an idea out here. Think, I'll tell you what. Think Black Panther with the herb and Black Panther without the herb. It's like, hey, with it, you got powers and stuff. Without it, you're still a formidable opponent, but
right, you're not full card.
Right. And so now I'm like, all right, so if she was born with abilities, right, and I guess is used to that, and now it's like I don't have that anymore, right, versus somebody that's already like, hey, I had to build myself up to a certain point. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like you
kind of take it for granted because you were born with it. Yeah, exactly. You don't know life without it.
So it's like, yeah, you can pull some stuff off, but it's like, oh dang, yeah, I can't do that. Oh yeah, I'm not at this point yet. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of formulating in my head like how that would play out. So I guess I want to break down a little bit more. So at the moment, peak human physical strength and durability at this point. What does her speed look like? Like, is she like an Olympic in an Olympic status, I guess, in regards to her speed and agility
and strength? Yeah, I would say that it was something that she harbored. She was like that character. She wasn't born with it. This is something that she honed in. She's training, so she continues to train herself. So she's still vulnerable because there are aspects of things that she's not encountered before.
Okay.
So she's not going to be such a a badass that you can't touch her. You just can't harm her. No, you will see her get harmed, but she knows how to overcome it.
Okay. And so now, of course, we've seen her in her reactions or what have you, but in regards to getting ready to dive into a fight. But let's say for sake of conversation, and here's the scenario, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Basically, in that story, the Dark Chi is one of the antagonists in the stories, and they're just trying to figure out a way to attack her. And so they open
They just
a
having
portal.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. They open up a portal to try to invade Earth, but they don't realize that this portal is connected to Gehenna. And Gehenna opens up, and we have your character show up, and she pops out of the portal, but Agent Eris simply thinks you're just the next ploy, the next villain of the week to try to attack Earth. And so she rushes at you, or rushes at Zillah. Now what? Did I say
I
her
think
name
she
wrong?
has to go to the void. I think Zillah, I'm not gonna brag, but I think Zillah would defeat that because she has the skills now to actually avoid attacks, to dodge them. I think, and then is that character in her 6 months?
Yeah, currently still in the 6 months. Only thing she's armed with, she's got a blaster, and like that's it.
Right. So, and I think the other character would kind of take for granted that she's always had this power.
Yeah.
So I think Zillah would win on that one because her skills have been honed, it has been taught, raised, and she knows how to dodge and avoid.
And she's not just rushing into
right.
Yeah.
Right. She's still an analyzer. She won't just rush into a scene.
Okay. And see, yeah, I love like in character, like, a lot of verses, right? They're just like, oh, well, my personal, not favorite, but the one that I see the most. Oh, Batman versus Superman. Oh, Batman will win because of it.
Yeah.
Let's take everybody and oh, he would kill him and da 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 da. Batman don't kill nobody. Why would he kill Superman?
Right, he doesn't. He'll injure, he'll maim, he'll arrest, but he doesn't really,
He's not going to kill him, right? So now how in the long run is he defeating him? And what does that look like if you take Clark and Bruce out of it and it's just...
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so I like trying to take these characters and really break down, like, in this scenario, what's going to happen. That was one of the things I was wondering. Because I mean, of course, in the flashback, she goes in and she's just handling the business because she's like, this is what I got to do. But of course, obviously, she would learn from that experience and be like, hey, let me make sure y'all don't catch me slipping again. And so that's kind of things I like to look for and stuff. But yeah, Agent Eris, from what I'm gathering from the other series, she's just kind of, oh, bad guy, I'm on it, right? And so yeah, oh goodness. So we've got peak level, basically human strength, durability, speed, and years of training. Is there any kind of upper limits, I guess, of can you pronounce it again for me? Taekwon? Taekyon.
Yep.
I got it better the first time. Taekyon. Is there any kind of upper limits of the training that you're going to, what's the word, expound upon? Is there kind of going to be any further supernatural points to the fighting technique, or are you going to keep the series a little bit more grounded? Okay.
Like I say, she's going to learn how to acquire because she's got to survive. So she's going to acquire. As a matter of fact, I'm playing with the idea of using her outfit to help enhance her. So like right now, the leather, the buckles on her boots will actually manifest into like a garrote or a rope. So she's going to have, so she's going to have a little bit of assistance here. And then I'm experimenting with a few other ideas on how to uptick her game.
Okay. See, that's hard. So, of course, me and Tasha, we got the first three. When can we expect the next ones?
Well, actually, the next one is ready. Hold on, let me get it out. The next one is ready. Let me see if I can get that in there.
Ooh, okay.
All right. That one is it. That's the next one. Now, with that story, however, we take on more of because we have our cyborg that enters in Is it 3?
3.
No, this is the one that the cyborg enters. Okay. So we have Noah. So we basically have the cyborg in Noah's arc of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Zillah, where she really shows off her Techyun skills, is going to be the next episode in 5, or next volume in 5, which is ready. But of course, we gotta release 4 before 5.
Right. Okay.
So 5 is ready, where we see more of her skills. We start off with her, you know how Tai Chi has like the meditation moves? Well, she starts off with her meditation moves. And then she is one-on-one with Jinbei. So Jinbei comes back in episode 5. So Jinbei was in 3, who is the brawler. So he comes back in 5. Okay. And it's just the 2 of them. And 4 is basically Noah's story. And you get to see Noah's duality because he has a dual personality. And so we get to see his dual personality as well as, was that even hinted in 3? No, it's hinted in 4. Yeah. So you'll see the dual personality in 4. And then you'll see the introduction of our samurai cyborg.
Oh, I'm ready. Where can we? So y'all haven't released it as of yet. Is there a plotted date?
Well, soon as when I get my IBN, I am not gonna lie. I'm trying to get the barcode, and once I get that barcode, it is ready to go. It's already ordered, or it's already ready to print. I just need to add that. Okay. So I'm trying to release in summer. So we're gonna say about July.
Okay. You know we're gonna be on the lookout for it because you know we picked up with those first 3 when we met y'all at Atlanta Comic Con.
Yes, and been in touch ever since then. Is awesome.
Yes. So it's exciting to see. Like y'all got 5 issues done. Like a lot of people can't say that with their stories. You know, like so it's exciting. I'm glad y'all are continuing to go on with the series or what have you. How long do you think the series is going to be?
Well, I've written about 22 episodes. Okay. And we're not even talking about anything that has spit off. So like Kira Prime is a spinoff. So I haven't even counted all the spinoffs that come from that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so but it is slated for 22.
So 22 is just the main series, and then you've got several spinoffs planned.
Right. And then there is another story that I'm working on with someone else in Korea, because we just had the same vibe, we had the same ideas. So he was like, "Hey, I got this idea." So we also have Zillah's sister in the mix. So Zillah has a sister. And so there's a story working on now that I don't know which way I want to go with that, if I want to just make it a full graphic novel or how direction I have for that. But we also have that coming out.
Okay. Is she
or in the works, I should say?
Oh, I want to ask like more about what that was going to be about, but I will wait because I was about to be like, "Ooh, is she like trying to figure out?" Nope, I wouldn't. I know. I'll find out first when it's done. I'll find out first when it's done. But we're gonna close out really quick. Can you let everybody know where they could find you and where they can get the books and stuff from?
Sure. You can join me on Instagram at Ruling Hand, or you can find it at Indie Planet. So you can go to indieplanet.com/ruling/hand. So indieplanet.com/ruling-hand. Or you could go to Etsy, where it will come personally from me, signed, at etsy.com/shop/ruling hand.
Perfect. Okay. And of course, everybody, I'm Lloyd Jones of Midnight Comics. Definitely check us out on, obviously, this is going to be on Patreon. Check out our YouTube, where you can watch our Midnight Adventures audio drama, as well as our What We're Reading series, which we actually went over Gehenna Imperium and talked more deeper about what the story is about and why you need to pick the book up, you know, with no spoilers, of course. And of course, follow us on Instagram. We're Midnight X Comics. We're Midnight X Comics on Twitter, and Midnight Comics everywhere else. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in for Indie Verses. And remember, until next time, midnight is coming.
Woo! Thank you.